I feel like I don't say this enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I wanna thank every single one of you that watches these videos, supports this channel. That's really awesome. I don't know, we're at like 4,200 followers right now, or subscribers, and I think that's just really cool. Like, you know, sure, I may have bigger expectations for this channel in the future and stuff like that, but there's 4,000 of you that just like are totally keyed in on watching the videos that I make. So that's just like super cool. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you guys are new here and you don't know who I am, I'm Jordan. This is Tightline TV. I make fishing videos, and if you want to go down below, I have social media links. Guys, I've been posting like a lot of different stuff on Instagram than I do on YouTube. So if you guys have an Instagram, go over there and give me a follow. I post like little stuff on IGTV for other things, and just kind of when I go fishing and don't film it, it goes on there. So go ahead and check that out. Otherwise, today guys, I want to be showing you, well, other than that, today guys, I'm going to be going to a pond, and I want to show you one simple way you guys can catch bass, you know, in the dead heat of the summer. Right now, it's that high point of the day. It's like 90 degrees out. It's just miserable. And we've all been there. We've all got out there, went to a pond, tried to fish, and, you know, the bite was just a struggle. So I want to show you guys this particular way that I go about, you know, bass fishing. Well, I don't even know how to put this, but one particular way that I, you know, approach these fish, and that usually, you know, is pretty successful for me. So I'm gonna show you guys this, like, I'm gonna call it a secret, even though it's not really a secret. It's just a tip. So, you know, I feel like recently on YouTube, it's just tons of challenge videos and stuff like that, and I'm really for it, and I think it's cool, but it's kind of floating away from learning a little bit, and I always want to make sure I kind of give you guys a little something, you know, when it comes to making these videos. So we're gonna head over to the pond, and I'm gonna throw on the GoPro, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm doing today. I'm only using one bait to do this. We're gonna be fishing with one bait, one specific way, and I guarantee you it'll work out. So yeah, let's get to it. This is what we're gonna be doing today. So this is not like a huge secret. It's nothing crazy. It's similar to other fishing methods, but I've found this to be super productive during, you know, these times of day, and just in the situation in general. So here's what we're gonna be doing. Right here, I have a Berkley Pit Boss. And you don't need this lure in general, it's just this type of presentation, kind of like a creature bait. I really like these Berkley Pit Bosses. I brought them in 2 different colors, but this is the bait that I am focused on today. And this is, you know, a bait that a lot of people will flip, and they will weight it, they'll throw it on a shaky head, and they'll flip it around structure a ton. They'll throw it in the rocks and stuff, because it's pretty much just an imitation of a crayfish. And yeah, so what I've found out, you know, over fishing tons and tons of ponds, and hopefully we can get into some fish today, because the ponds around me have kind of hit the fan. They're not that great anymore. But what I've found out is that when you get to these portions of the day, okay, so you guys, you get up early in the morning, you fish, the fishing's pretty good. You go out in the evening, the bite's pretty darn good as well up until sunset. You know, it's a good time to fish, but then you reach those periods of the day where it's like, you know, 11 in the afternoon or 12 in the afternoon till like 3 o'clock, and it just duds out, right? So what we're gonna be doing here is ow, I just put the hook through my finger when I tried to flip that. Good job, Jordan, nice, that could have been ugly. Anyways, but what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be focusing on flipping, I guess you'd say weed beds, but we're gonna be flipping the weeds with a weightless creature bait. And before you guys go, you know, ripping me apart saying, oh, you're fishing a pond, why don't you just use a Texas Rig Senko? The purpose of this is to, you know, fish something a little bit different, and personally I found this to work quite a bit better than a Senko in certain situations. So here you go. I'll show you guys, I guess, the setup real quick that I'm using before we get hardcore into this. But like I said, I got the Berkley Pit Boss, and then I just have a 3/0. It's a bit beefier. I like to use a beefy worm hook that has a little bit more weight to it. So use kind of a beefy worm hook, but this is a 3/0 worm hook, and that's it. And we got 40 pound braid line. You could go heavier on braid line. We're gonna be fishing cover, so we want that. I have a 7-to-1 gear ratio reel, which is a decently high speed reel. Apparently I don't know how to cast today, guys, I'm sorry. But yeah, so what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be focusing on slow presentations and you getting these baits where these fish are at. So I have found fishing during this point of the day where it's just hot out, that these fish like to coop up under these beds. They like to hide in the shadows. They like to get on the edge of these weed beds, but they don't necessarily get direct inside of them. you know, I found things to be really, really successful if you can just get a bait in there. These fish aren't gonna go nuts. They're not, you know, in every situation, they're not just gonna, if you put a bait in front of them, they're gonna whack it. Some will, of course, but I found out during this time of day that works best for me is just to get something, you know, that just gradually rolls down there. And you pop and it gradually rolls down there. And we're gonna be working this bait weedless in and out of, I've probably said this a couple times now, these weed beds. If you guys can see out here on these edges around all this geese poop, holy cow. We got these beds out here, right? They're like these big, heavy, you know, I'm just gonna keep saying weed bed. I don't even know, I think that's correct, right? These are weed beds, right? I'm like an avid bass fisherman, I don't even know the proper term. They're just heavily vegetated all along these shorelines. And what I like to do is I like to take this bait right here and just flip it right on the edge of that. Like right where it ends, and this bait, because we don't have a weight or anything on it, it's just gonna slowly fall. You know, I like using Senkos and stuff like that. They fall a little bit quicker, but the point of using these creature baits is because they take a pretty long time to sink down there, and as they fall down, they just shudder all the way down. Or flutter, shudder? I don't know the word, boys. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing. We're just flipping it right outside of these weed beds. We're gonna run right along them, gonna cast down them, and the goal here is to just let that bait sink. You know, you got to be patient with it, and we're just going to let that slowly fall, and we're just going to slowly pull it along these mats. A lot of people in this situation like to flip mats, like to have a heavy duty weight and toss and get inside these and pop them in and out. That works really great, but I feel that is something you really got to figure out. It's not that easy to just, you know, get in there and bring a bait in and out. It gets tedious. It's really hard to get a decent presentation in there. So for you pond goers who, you know, aren't crazy into bass fishing, you want to catch some fish because you're fishing in the afternoon, I feel this is a really great way to do it. You know, I'm not sitting here jigging it like you normally would with this bait if you had it set up on, you know, a weighted Texas rig or a shaky head. I'm just dragging it and it's going to swim kind of. Little something picked it up, but we're gonna keep hucking along these beds. Man, my finger feels great from that. There's one. Oh, wow. Well, guys, that'll do it. I can't believe that happened. Oh my gosh. That was probably a good fish too. Wow, look at that. Knot just broke right off. All right, well, it's kind of a rookie mistake on my part to have this kind of old a braid in here. I mean, it's not like insanely old, but I mean, it's pretty, all right, it's pretty old. I'll be upfront with you guys, but since we made a mistake like that, we're gonna cut off what looks to be a little frayed. Cut that off. All right, boom, and I guess we'll show you guys the rig again one more time. I'll just do it one more time for you. We're gonna tie this hook on right here. Get that bad boy going. Hopefully not break off again. Tie that down, whip that through, pull that up, drop it down, boom, pull that tight. Yeah, it's a good tight knot. We're gonna take our Pit Boss, guys. We're gonna grab it. If you don't know what a Texas rig, if you're younger or you're learning, and I guess it doesn't matter what age you are, if you're learning how to bass fish, Texas rig, you take an offset hook like this, and you're gonna put it like 1 centimeter into this bait, or in this case this bait, this first notch right here. Plop that in, bring it all the way up into your offset, spin it around. You're gonna come through the back of the bait right here, and you're gonna come into this cut edge on this bait and just hide the tip of that hook right there. There's a little Texas rig tutorial for you guys, and back to business. There's one. There we go. There we go. All right, here we go. This pond's probably gonna be full of dinks, but first fish. Here's one. There we go. They're all just little dinkers though. There we go, boys. Ooh! Yikes. Come on. Little, it's so small. This pond used to be flooded with like 3-pounders like all the time. And unfortunately, I just don't know what happened. There's life in it though, so it don't matter. At the end of the day, guys, don't matter what you're catching, as long as you're catching fish, it's a good day. So, and if you disagree with me, I don't think you like fishing then. All right, let's take a lap. There's one. Boom, right on the edge of that. Oh no. Did he get foul hooked after he swam off with it? How in the heck did that happen? Don't see that every day. It's alright. All these little guys, I gotta try and get them out there. Sorry, buddy. You guys think they're in the weeds a little bit? Nah. Oh, I just missed one right there. There's one. Little skipper, what's going on? I don't know, guys. I don't know if we could do it. Maybe we should turn this into a challenge video. Can we break 1 pound or a bass that's bigger than my hand? Man, where the big ones at? You guys gotta have mama somewhere. Okay, so I really don't have that much time to fish today, guys. I apologize. I got a couple squeaks. I'm not quite done yet, but I wanted to point this out too, just for the fun of it. The really cool thing about this Pit Boss bait right here is not only is it like a craw bait, not only can you fish it, you know, as a crawfish weighted, you can fish it weightless like this, like I'm teaching you guys today, or, you know, you're out here, right? And the purpose of this was to get out here, catch some fish during the heat of the day. Now you've been out here all day, you caught a few fish, and you're ready to get on that evening bite, right? And say this is the only, in my case, this is the only lure I brought with me. A really fun thing about this bait right here, if you're fishing it weightless, is it works almost like one of those weedless frogs. I don't know if you guys have seen the, well, I guess all frogs are weedless. That really didn't make sense, but those frogs that you can get in Texas rig that are rubber and they have the 2 little paddle tail, like, I guess you could say paddle tails, but they're their feet, and you reel it on top of the water. This does the exact same thing with these, I guess they're claws in this case, or whatever you want to call those end things on the bait. You know what I mean. So we're gonna see if we can maybe do this. It's not the best time of day. I gotta get running, but let's just see if you guys huck this out there. Like I said, for the purpose of you staying out here all day, and now you just want to get on a frog bite, you can just reel this thing on top of the water, and I'm gonna try and get like a makeshift frog bite right now, and see if I can prove this point real quick. But it's just fun. I do it often enough when I can. Like I said, it's not really the best time of day to get on a frog bite, but if there's a fish over here that's feeling frisky. Woo! Man, it is hot. Okay guys, so unfortunately that's all the time I have for today. You know, we got out there, we caught a couple squeaks, nothing too crazy, but I hope you guys learned something today. You know, I just like to get out there and throw tips when I can. I apologize for having such a random upload schedule right now. That's kind of why I have my banner saying like videos every week. I've just been getting pounded at work recently, and it's just been really hard to make videos. I'm trying to get more content out there. I have a list of things that I would like to get done this week, so if we can, there might be more content along the way. Otherwise, drop a comment below. Hey, if you guys, you know, are on YouTube and you follow me, you want to interact a little more, go to this link. I think I said this in the beginning of the video, but go ahead, follow me on Instagram. You know, reach out to me if you want, if you got any questions or anything like that. Don't quote me on it. I try to respond as much as I can on DMs and stuff like that, but I really love that you guys like to interact with me on other platforms and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will catch you in the next episode.